Hello, we are back in my kitchen for another week of how I am using the food that we got from the food trucks and making it useful for our families so that it doesn't go to waste. It's kind of going to be an unusual and unique week here, mainly because I have some nieces that are kind of visiting and just more children in the house and, you know, privacy and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be kind of hard to share everything that we're doing, but I'll show you all of the after stuff of things that I did yesterday. I pretty much came home from the food trucks yesterday at 10 o'clock and was in the kitchen until 8 o'clock that night. And I was very tired. So let me show you what happened yesterday. So first of all, I have a mess of a counter right now, so I beg your pardon. Kind of the other thing about having visitors over is that it's up to me to make sure that the chores get done, and I also have other work that I've got to get done. Okay, moving on. So this is a carrot cake. I'm going to leave this recipe down below because it is phenomenal. It is so moist. It is so good. This is actually the second batch we've made because the first batch was so good it didn't make it to dessert. And it was used from all of the carrot pulp from juicing. This is what's left, and this isn't even everything. There was 3 4-cup bowls like this. I think, oh my goodness, I can't even remember how much we've used, but it was so much because I know each batch takes 3 cups, and then we made a batch of muffins that took another 2 cups. So that is just right there 8 cups of carrot pulp that was used for these 2 recipes. The muffins were okay, they were good, they were moist, but they weren't exactly what I was looking for. But there is still enough left, so I'm going to put that in a baggie, pop it in the freezer, and then I'm going to make another carrot cake at some point. So that was wonderful. We made 3 mason jars of this juice using carrot, celery, ginger, and lemon, and my son drank 2 of them. My husband and I shared the third, and so yeah, that was a success. See, here are some of those muffins. Okay, and then one of the 5-pound bags of drumsticks I got. The ladies in our church are a little bit hesitant right now because there was a possible food poisoning issue with one of the foods that we got, and so they're just a little bit hesitant right now to get anything, which I completely understand. But I'm just going to go through it. So I put all 5 pounds, I took a 1 5-pound bag of the chicken drumsticks and I put it in this crock pot. And then as I was cutting all of the odds and ends of the celery and carrots, I just put them in this crock pot with that chicken, and I filled it with water, and then I added like 3 precious bay leaves. I'm down to like my last half dozen. So I added 3 bay leaves and 1 onion and some garlic powder and some salt. And I'm just making a simple broth. My husband would not be happy with this type of broth. It's got other things rather than just bones. And then the meat fell off the bones. So I would say this is about the same amount you would get from 5 pounds of chicken drumsticks like you would a rotisserie chicken. So I'm happy with that. Here's all the bones that I've picked out, and then we took all of the odds and ends, and that's just going back on the compost. I still have to strain this. But yeah, that's what we've done so far. Tomorrow I have a lovely lady from church coming over, and she is going to help me pickle a lot of those asparagus because I ain't going to be able to get all that done so quickly but I need to get them all figured out a way to preserve them so we can enjoy them, because we will not go through all of those before they go bad. Thankfully, she took about a dozen bunches with her today so that she could pickle some, and then she's going to help me tomorrow, which will be fantastic. I juiced about 10 to 15 bags of grapes. I sent some with her. The kids have been eating some. And with the juice of the grapes, I just canned the juice. It's a Rebel canning recipe, so I'm not going to share it. I just basically asked a friend that I know that does it and drinks it what she does, and I just followed her instructions. But again, it's a rubble canning, and I don't feel comfortable sharing that. So that's all up to you guys to look it up and figure it out. So we have grape juice, and we have, oh, what else have I done? I've done some other things, but so many things in my head kind of going on. Oh, and all the grape pulp I've saved because I am going to make basically another grape cobbler with that. So that'll be dessert, and that will wrap up today because we have a church ascension service tonight, so I'm not going to get much done. But stay tuned and we'll show you what we do next. So I am here getting ready to start a really busy day. The eggs I was going to make for breakfast turned into a smoothie because my daughter wanted something for her throat. Well, I suggested it and she says it sounds delicious. So for today's smoothie, this is what it looks like. It's a nice green color. And in here is I divide up the Sam's Club fruit medley into smaller packs. So there's one pack of that, and I did 2 scoops of this green powder that my husband has and uses. So it's this one. I'll leave a link down below. He actually just puts it in a little 8-ounce jar, mixes it up pretty good with some lemon, and drinks that every morning. But I did 2 scoops of that into our smoothie, along with 1 emergency, the little emergency packets, and it was pretty strong. The green powder made it really strong, so I was like, you know what, for extra vitamin C. So then I added some pineapple, the juice, and some of the slices to it. And that kind of took the green drink edge off. So that's what I had, that's what a son had, and that's what my daughter had, and it was really good. Now I'm about ready to get to work. So here you go, and this will keep me on task rather than doing what I want to do, which is just curl up with a book. There's much to do, and let's get started. The first thing I'm going to start with is I have some bananas right there that need to be turned into banana bread. And I'm going to actually turn these into mini loaves. I'm going to turn it into some mini loaves, and I generally take these, I usually try to make like some muffins or just some of these little treats, and then take 1 or 2 to the volunteers that work with what we got. I like to take these to the volunteers of the food trucks, just a little something for them, especially because I believe tomorrow's supposed to be stormy, so it'll be just something for them to enjoy. The first task of today, and there will be plenty here to also give a couple to my neighbors. So I'm going to get 1 wheat banana bread going. This will make 5, and I have plenty of bananas here, so I'm going to make up a couple for us as well. I have bananas from the food trucks, I have applesauce from the food trucks, and I have eggs from a couple at church. So that is pretty much like our main ingredients of this. And I have 4 pounds of flour that I picked up today at Dollar General for $2.25. So let's get started. I always do this. We were at a barbecue yesterday, and these are the leftover baked potatoes that I made. So first things before I get to the banana bread, I'm actually going to dice all these up, put it in a container, and we will be using this tomorrow for lunch. We're going to have some potatoes and kielbasa. And so that'll be lunch tomorrow. So I'm going to get that all prepped today so that this can get off my counter and I have room for my little mixer. Well, I meant to share with you like just a little clip of it getting mixed and all, but me and my daughter got to talking and I spaced turning on the camera. So here we go. Here are 5 mini banana bread loaves heading into the oven. The next thing I'm going to do is actually get a grape cobbler going that is using all the grape pulp that I juiced last week. And we're going to get that going because this needs probably like 30-ish minutes, maybe more like 40, 45 actually, come to think of it. We'll find out. You okay, John?
Yeah.
And so does the grape cobbler. So I'm making this grape cobbler, and down in the description box below, I will put the recipe that I'm loosely following. So it says to in a cast iron pan, melt a stick of butter. So I have this casserole dish that I just melted the stick of butter in, and then I made. Okay, I'll come over there. And then I made the basic, like, I think it's like a white cake recipe that is on that link. And I'm trying to yeah, I made and what I just gonna add it to this. This is what I did the other night. And it turned out okay, and it turned out really good, so that's kind of what I'm loosely following here. So this is just, and then it just gently gets put in here. And then what I'm going to do, this is the Concord grape mixture. Well, it's not Concord grape, but the purple grape. This does not have any sugar in it. And again, this is just loosely following this recipe. So I think it ends up more like a dump cake, to be honest, but not quite. It's a cobbler, but it's not. It's indescribable. But everybody liked it, so I just kind of went along like this. There's no sugar in here. This is sweet enough, and then this just has that 1 cup of sugar in it, and that's plenty. And this will make, I think this will make us still another batch, so I probably may even have to like put this in the freezer so that it doesn't go bad. But yeah, there's that. And then I just make like a crumb topping with cinnamon, some quick oats, and just a tiny bit of brown sugar, and I'll sprinkle it over the top and bake it for about 40 minutes. And I'll show you the end result when that's done. Okay, so both of these will go into the oven, and in the meantime I'll get another batch of gluten-free banana bread going so I can pop that in the oven when these are done. Okay, I have a minute left on the timer for the cobbler and smaller banana bread loaves. Definitely the smaller loaves are not going to be done at 40 minutes, so maybe another, we'll just start it at 15 and just kind of go from there. And of course, now's when I realized when I made the second batch of banana bread, I didn't put the baking soda in the first batch. So we'll see how this goes. But that's done, and I had like 20 minutes to spare, so I used that 20 minutes to get a load of dishes done. So the next thing on the to-do list is to juice up these grapes and get that done, which means more pulp. So I'm going to work on these last 3 grapes. I put the timer back on for about 10 minutes because none of the stuff in the oven is ready yet. So I'm going to work on these grapes. And then one thing I noticed was in the fridge, I have a whole bunch of the cantaloupe that is not good anymore. So I need to get the cantaloupe, get it onto the compost, and that'll be the thing I do after this. Or I might get a kid to do that. Okay, so one bag has done, minus a sip, almost a full quart. So So 2 more bags to go. I think I want to try this before I give it to anybody and just make sure it's kind of edible after forgetting the baking soda. Way to go, Shalice. 42 minutes left on this one that's been in here for an hour and 15 minutes. And that's the check-in right now. Hello. I'm sitting down because I'm tired.
I am slurping juice.
You are slurping juice. I made, with some of the white grape juice that I still had in the fridge that needed to be used up today, I made some iced tea for my boys, but then I made a cup of half grape juice and half black iced tea with a splash of pineapple juice in it. And I've gotten thumbs up from all the kids. It is 5 o'clock. I look a hot mess. I am a hot mess in the most literal sense ever. And I wanted to get off my feet. We tested the banana bread and it's some flop. It needed the baking soda. And so the kids will be happy. There'll be some snacks there for them to use. I'm a little disappointed because I'm like, well, those were aluminum loaf tins that I could have used. Oh well. The gluten-free loaf looks amazing. Okay, it is 5 o'clock and so I'm going to stop with the food prep right now and I need to do the dinner prep. So we are doing egg roll in a bowl tonight. The grape juice, by the way. The grape. Lauren is graduating. The grape juice, the amount that I made, or the amount that the 3 bags plus a bag, another bag I found. So 4 bags total, made 2 quarts and 1 pint, minus, oh, and then I should say plus 3 more of these cups, and I prefer half water or half juice and then top with water. I think it tastes better that way. So it made that, and then I will be using this amount to make grape jelly with. I might be able to do a double batch. I don't know. It needs 5 cups per batch. We'll see. But I will not double, like I won't make a batch and double it. So some people may have success with that. I do not. So that's the grape juice. The cantaloupe has been emptied. Ouch. The grape juice has been emptied out of the cantaloupe has been emptied out of the back fridge. And so that's done. And pretty much everything else that needs to be done is just going to have to wait till I can get dinner going, because it's egg roll in a bowl and it needs time to cook. So that's what's up next. Okay, we're gonna do just a quick check-in. Dinner is almost done. Hubby asked for a big green salad, so we're gonna have egg roll in a bowl and a green salad, because why not? I put all the grape pulp in these little Ziploc bags and I'm gonna pop them in the freezer. I'm still using up stuff in my freezer from 2020. So that's going to be kind of the project this month, is just to make sure that that food is just getting rotated. And that was before I was into the food trucks. So, but I'm getting on to ask you if any of you have used like grape pulp like this, or have dehydrated and made like fruit leather. Can I use the grape pulp to make a fruit leather? So if you know the answer to that, or you can point me in a direction to look up more, please do down in the description box below, or in the comment section down below. I would appreciate that. I need to go. I'll talk to you later. So it's almost 9 o'clock now. Dinner is finished, and my husband got a salad. I used paper plates to make my life a little bit easier tonight. Whoa, what a day, what a day. So, we're going into probably the next hour, hour and a half. I really wanted to get out in the garden. It's supposed to be kind of stormy for the next few days, and I have a few things that I really needed to get out there and do. But I also really needed to take care of this. So, the kids are out helping some of the neighbors and all of that. So, I'm trying to think where I was going with that. Anyway, it's kind of nice because it's, I very rarely get some quiet time down, and I'm enjoying it. But what I'm doing right now, that's what I'm trying to get to. What I'm doing right now is I am just dehydrating some of this lettuce. It's taking up I'm trying to fit it in as well as I can without spending way too much time trying to do this. I don't think it's going to yield as much as I had hoped, especially once you like blend this down. This is going to be nothing, but the dehydrator will be going for the next few days to be sure, and that's just what I'm currently working on. Okay, well, the camera makes it look pretty good, but a lot of these are pretty slimy like that, or just not right. So we're actually just going to give this to the rabbit, which is perfectly fine. I'm glad that he has some food, but this was part of the food truck haul, which I don't know when it'll get up. I don't know when this will go up, but if you watch my channel, you'll have seen that. So I did manage to use one whole one, so we had some for dinner, and then I managed to fill up my trays for the dehydrator. And the Purposeful Pantry, which is where I'm using kind of like what she does, she turns them into a powder, and then she'll use them in anything. So that's probably what I'm going to do, especially the smoothie that I had today had like a green powder to it, and if I can make my own, that'll save us so much money every year if I just use like free stuff. So I'm going to get that dehydrator going. I'm going to take this out to the bunny. I'm going to look over the back fridge and make sure that it's cleaned out for food trucks tomorrow. And then we'll go from here and see what else we can do.